Hello YouTube, welcome to another video on my low cost turbo. So what we're going to do today, we are going to fit a short shifter. I've always wanted one of these, but they're quite expensive, about 100 quid, which is more than I want to pay because I'm from Yorkshire and I'm tight. So I found one second hand, used, 20 quid, nice and cheap. I'm going to fit it. These can apparently break your gearboxes on these. They can damage the synchros, but I've already got a damaged synchro in fourth, so I figure it can't do any more harm than it's already got at the moment. So we're going to have a go at fitting. I'll show you sort of before and after. I'll do some measurements so you can see the difference it makes. Now once I've got the old one out, I'll show you how it sits and why it works. So let's get on with the dismantling. On my car it's fairly simple to dismantle. I've got a join there and there's a join just under there that you can't see. 2, 4, 6 Allen head bolts. This then comes out and then you take the shifter unit out. My shifter is about in line with my steering wheel. The original shifter goes to there, and then this is an extension from a Volkswagen T4 or T5 camper van. My fabricator, Clark Customs, he's welded this on to bring the gear lever back a bit. Now I'm quite tall, so I probably didn't need this, although when it's in first you can see it is quite a distance from the seat. I think that the short shifter might touch the dashboard because the short shifter is quite tall, but I'm going to stick it on and try it, and worst case then get this angle welded on, but I want to try it first before I go to all that effort and getting that modified. So we'll get this off and get this out, but before I do I'm just going to do a measure so you can see what the throw is from one gear to the other. Right, so this is going to be me trying to measure it, so let's put that, right, I'm going to keep the camera still, so we'll put that there, so that's in line with the gear knob, which is there, that's third, we're back to fourth, and we are at 4 inches, 10 centimetres, so the throw from that to that is roughly 10 centimetres on the gear stick. The extension is obviously exaggerating that. Now if we do it on the actual gear stick itself, the gear stick there is in line at 1 centimetres. Put it back and you're at 4.5, 4 centimetres. So the throw at the stick is 4 centimetres, which is going to 10 centimetres when we take it to the end of there. So we'll get that off, have a remeasure and see what difference the new one makes. This is the standard gearbox setup, so you've got this plate here with the 6 bolts on, and you unbolt that and then put the new short shifter mechanism in place. And then when you've got that cover off, you've got this circlip here which lifts out, and then this gear stick simply pulls out of the box. You can see the difference here. The ball for this one in there, as you can see. If you put it at the same level, you can see the difference in length compared to that one. It's massive, it's twice the size, so in theory it should be half the throw. Now with the plates off, you can see the difference. The pivot's probably half an inch higher compared to that one. So let's get this new one on, see how we get on. I'm not going to put any gasket or anything around this yet. I'm going to put it in and see if it works, because if I can't drive with it there's no point fitting it, is there? Fitted. Feels okay. So that's first, so at least it's not touching the dashboard, but you can see how much further forward it is than it was before. Back, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we'll do the same comparison we did before. So that's with the gear stick in first. So we'll do it level with the stick. Probably need to come a little bit that way a bit. So first, fourth, so it's 2 centimetres, so it's halved the throw. So So we do it from the top, that's third, fourth, about there, 7 centimetres maybe. It's got a bit of a lean on it, so it feels quite nice, and it has a spring as well to bring it back to the middle, whereas the other one doesn't have that. So the other one's quite wobbly, whereas that feels nice and solid. We'll often go against instant gasket stuff and not using the paper, but this is incredible. The CA18 doesn't have a sump gasket, you just have to use sealant, and this is like a barrier like you've never seen before. Honestly, it's just incredible. If you make condoms out of this, there'd be no unwanted pregnancies. All installed now, just need to put the gear knob on and then it's ready to be tested. Ignore all this crap here, I need to sort that, we'll make that better, ignore that. Main thing is, can I reach it? Well, because I've got big long gangly arms, yes, I wouldn't say it's exactly comfortable, but you don't put it into first aggressively and I can get it. It feels really nice. I'm definitely going to leave it fitted. Reverse. And that's it, all installed. Looks markedly better than the other one, I think, with the crappy little bending, and I can reach it. So third gear, far enough away from the dash. Let's get out on the road and give it a test drive.
Great then, first drive. I like it, it's good, it's nice and short, I can reach it, I'm not missing the gears or anything, it feels proper, it feels like a BMW gearbox. Anyone that's driven a BMW will know it's nice and tight and solid. It always felt okay before, but I think actually it probably felt a bit crap, and now it feels really nice. It's a lot nicer to change gear, it's really precise and crisp. You don't risk missing a gear because you know exactly the gear that you're meant to be going in. Yeah, it's really nice. I think it was a money well spent, to be honest. I think it's probably the best 20 quid I've ever spent on the car. Which, when you think about all the £20 I've spent, I could have probably bought this 7 years ago and been able to change gear better. It is a lot noisier. There is a bit of a clunk every time you go into gear, but it feels a bit like a gated manual box, like in a supercar or something. I know it's not a supercar, but it's got a nice feel to it, a really nice feel, nice noise. It feels very mechanical, very in touch with the car. Definitely a good improvement. Somebody in my last video asked me about the fourth gear and the crunching, so I'll put it into third now, so that's third. So this is going to be going up the gears, so third to fourth. Go past the speed camera. So see if you can hear anything, you probably won't hear it. As you can hear, hopefully, no noise. So we're going to fifth. This is fifth gear, 45 mile an hour. of the noise that the car makes on idle. It's worth pointing out that it did this before I replaced the clutch and the master cylinder and the slave cylinder. I also replaced the clutch bearing at the same time. It made this noise before, still makes it now, but obviously it goes away when you press it. It is a paddle clutch, it's a 6 puck I think it is. But I'll put that in now anyway, have a listen.
Clutch out, clutch in, on, clutch out, clutch in.
I'd love to hear people's thoughts on whether it is a clutch issue or a gearbox issue. The last time the engine came out to sort the crank seal, I replaced the clutch, the friction plate, the pressure plate, and the flywheel skimmed. I've since replaced the clutch master cylinder, I've replaced the clutch slave cylinder, and it still does it. I did take the gearbox to the chap I normally use over in Wakefield. He checked over the gearbox and said there was nothing wrong with fourth gear, and that it was a clutch issue. And I've since replaced all those items, so I don't really know what to do, if I'm honest. Do I take the engine out and look at the clutch and then put it back in, or do I take it out and get the gearbox checked over again and pay more money? It just seems so strange to me that it's fine in going up the gears, but it's not fine coming back down. It also does feel, I've noticed today, that when you change from second to third quickly, it does almost feel like it's slipping, like it hasn't